Hello, good morning all. Welcome back to our Java SE class, and today we shall discuss the topic named layout manager or layout managers. We've done the theoretical explanations in class, and now we want to demonstrate the border layout. Here, border layout, and without wasting time, let's start. We want to create border layout. We want to create a page, a swing app that displays the four or the five different buttons on the five regions we are having. Let me confirm. Okay, the video is running already. So let me quickly create a page, a project rather. I'm going to create a project, file, new project. For those who are new in by following our videos, this is how you create projects in Java in Eclipse, Eclipse IDE. Let me magnify so you can see what I'm doing. You want to create a project, you click on file and click on new, and then you click on Java project. Then you give it a name. Let us give it a name. Let's say layout managers project. Okay, then you finish it, and then this was the project created already by clicking on the finish button. You can right click on the project and add class. Maybe this class should be border layout class, for example, and then we need a main method and we need constructor. Then you click on OK. All right, so I think this can go off now since we can zoom the content of. I think it's visible, right? So this is the class. Please, for those who are new, this is what we call a class, which is the blueprint of what objects can do. All right, so we said public class border layout class, and then we begin with delimiter here. This demarcates the beginning of the class, and this is access modifier. Access modifier means what enables the object, the class object, to be visible from other objects within the project, within the class itself, within packages and many other objects. And then class here must be written as a keyword. This is what defines that this is a class, and this is the name of the class given. You can write your name here, but then you make sure that name of the class tallies with the name of the class name. So we're not going to waste time here. This is what we call a constructor. If you can see, constructor, it's actually carrying the same name of the class. Okay, so please let's end it here. It is also a method, but a special one. And this is the end of the class. This, we don't need any stuff here. This is the end. This is the what we call the main method. In a nutshell, main method, it's the portion or the method in which implementation begins whenever Java program is run. Now, for new students, we are going to discuss this in detail, but this is where the implementation begins. And with that, then you have to create the image, the object of the class here. You instantiate the class here. So with this now, this if you leave it as it is, it's going to give you what we call console app. But then we want to do an inheritance to the JFrame, so we can do what? So we can do kind of inheritance on JFrame. So we can utilize the services, the features of what? JFrame as a built-in class on our class border layout. JFrame, then there is going to be functionalities. Then we'll now implement what? Action listener. Implement action. Immediately when you write implement action listener, it will prompt you to add to an unimplemented method, which is correct. Yes, this is the unimplemented method. End of the method. So any unimplemented method here, please let's give it E. So let's start. This is the argument. So we can call it, without having issues, since it is just single element or letter. So let's quickly create panel. We need panel. So private J panel. Okay, it will ask you to do a kind of import on the panel, right? Instead of us importing panel JFrame, let me just import the whole swing libraries. Okay, so private J, we need button. The first button is, maybe we need BTN north. Let's start with the center one, BTN east. I'm sorry, I'm going to reproduce this way. BTN what? North. BTN south. BTN center. And BTN what? West, right? Thank you. West. So I think we've created all BTNs needed, right? Is it? Huh? They are supposed to be 5. This is 2. This is 2, and we have 3 below. They are 5. Then you need to do initializations of all objects within the constructor. How? Let me pick the first one, or this panel first of all. Panel equals to new J panel. This is what we call initialization of objects, instantiation of objects. Instantiation of objects means creating, instantiating the object, giving it, creating it. Here you define, and then you creating the object. You creating the object called panel. Okay, at this point of time, this object tends to have 3 identities. 3 characteristics: identity, state, and behavior. Anyway, this is not a theory class. Let's just concentrate on what we're doing. But what I want you to understand is that each and every object is distinct. No 2 objects are same in Java. This is because it is being created with the use of portion of what we call memory space. And memory space are distinct, and developer cannot really know the actual identity of this object. It is reserved by the JVM, but you can know what we call what do you call this code? I forgot the name. There's some hash code. You can know the hash code, but not the actual identity of the object. So let's concentrate on what we are doing. Theory might not really give us what we want here. So now let me go by east, and I'll create, this one is a button, not, alright? So I created button here, and then I need to give it name. What is the name? East, right? Alright, J button. not button. Next is BTN north equals to new J button. Okay. Oh, what's wrong with me? Maybe I'm too fast. BTN south equals to new J button south, right? And here north BTN is it west equals to new J button west. What else? BTN center, thank you. Center equals to new J button center. I think we're done, right? This is initialization within Constructor. The next thing you do is to set that you want to use border layout on the panel. So now panel dot set layout new border layout, right? So let me confirm this so we don't waste time. Set layout new border layout. Yeah. New border layout. Yes. That means set the layout to be what? Used. We have set the layout to be used here. Then what next? Now let us add all components on the border layout. Okay. So the first component is BTN east. All right. But then the panel here, panel.set add component. The first thing here we do is BTN east, comma, then border layout dot what? East, is it?
Yeah.
So that means you have set this to be placed where? East region, right? BTN north, comma, border layout dot what? North. Okay. Panel BTN, add BTN south, comma, border layout south, right? Panel BTN what is it? West?
Yes.
West, comma, border layout west. Panel dot add BTN center, right? Comma, border layout, center. So we're done. Now you add this, you add the panel on what? You add the panel on JFrame, is it? Then you set it visible. This dot set visible through. This dot set title, give it a title, border layout, right? Border layout demo, border layout demonstration. This dot set size, the dimension, let's say 250 by 200, for example. This dot set resizable, let's say true, and then let's run. Can you see our borders, our layout like this? And it is resizable. Let me give it this size. Okay. Why is it coming out from this side? Let's say this dot this set location relative to now. It will force it to come to appear at the center as it is. You know, formerly it was appearing from the left top corner. So now at the center. So these are the three what do you call it? These are the four regions. You see now, if you do not use border layout and you want to design something like this, it will take you time. But with border layout, it does the work for you. Now, let's look into this. What do we do with the buttons? These are all buttons. If I click, they do nothing. They do nothing. If I click, they do nothing. Let's set something here. I want a situation whereby when I click on center button, all other buttons disappear. Huh? I want it when somebody says it's okay. You know, if you want to understand programming, if you do not play around with it, you will not understand it. Try to play around these things. When you're able to achieve something, you try to, you know, challenge yourself. I don't know. Let's see if, what we can here. When we click on center button, it does something. Okay. So this is where, because I want us to utilize this add action perform. That's why I introduced that. So what I want is this. If because E here is the object here for the action event, right? So I want to test if E.getSource, that is, if the source of the triggering of the button it's what? If it comes from BTN center, then what it does? I want all other buttons to disappear, among which east is. Please, let's understand this. Dot set visible false. Okay, and then to the remaining four buttons. Okay, this maybe is north, this is south, and then west. Okay, So let's test our work here. If I click on it, okay, you need to revalidate. You need to revalidate. By revalidating means panel dot revalidate. It's like a refreshing something. Oh, sorry. We didn't add the button on JFrame, and nobody talks about it among you. This button center, it will not function until when you register it on JFrame. Is it not? You forgot about this? Registering all buttons on what? JFrame. Registering E, right? Registering all buttons on the JFrame. This dot add action listener. This, right? This is what we call registering buttons on JFrame. I've registered only one. When I click it, they all disappear. So I want, I want situation where when I click on it for the first time, I want us to work to pull out. When I click, they disappear, right? Then I want to click again for them to appear again. How possible is it? How possible? Muhib Baba, he didn't talk. Huh? Muhib.
I'm with you.
No, you're not. you're not even understanding the logic. When I click on the button, we only added functionality on the center button. How do we do when I click for the first time? It does what? There are a lot of ways you do that. We can create your designs to implement such. I don't know. When I click like this now, if they are not being clicked now, if it is not the one that is being clicked, you see, when I say if BTN center it's being clicked, then it does this. What if it is not the one clicked? You can use toggle button. You can use a number, a counter to differentiate between what you're doing. You can say if the counter is this, do this. If it is that, do this. Anyway, I think this is going to be your assignment. I'll allow you do for the buttons. When you click on any, the rest disappear. I want you to implement from now to tomorrow. You implement when you click on it again. The button should reappear. But what I'm implementing now is this. If I click on the button center, all other buttons disappear. Okay? I want you to think how you implement. When I click again, all buttons should do what? Should appear again. Should appear. They should revert to their stage. So for this one now, we've done for that. Now you now say else if e.getSource. If the get source it's from, if it is from say BTN East, then all other ones get disappeared plus C, right? Plus center, is it?
Yes.
Plus center. So now if I run and I click on East, is it East? Okay, I didn't add it functionally. It was not registered here. So let's register all of the buttons here. So we don't keep registering one after the other. East, center, east, north, south, and west. So when I run, if I click on east, it disappears. Okay. All right. I want Okay, center is still there, right? East, center is still there. So let's see what happened. Okay, this shouldn't be east, should be center. So when I run east, all other buttons disappear. So let's do for north. For north now, I'll now add east here, right? Sorry, east here. Is it? When I click north, all other buttons disappear. Now let's do for north. Let's do for west. Is it west or south? Let's do for south. South, and here will be north, right? Is it?
Yeah.
And let's do for the last one, west, right? West, and here will be south. So when I click for west, everyone goes off. When I click for south, okay? So your own work now is when you click for the first time, it disappears. For the second time, it will revert. I will stop the video right now, and please comment or share, subscribe, and ring the bell. You say?